Hello everyone. Today our topic is how the Islam came in the existence in the world. So today this is our GD question, means group discussion question. So I would like to ask the Kaleem how it's come in the existence. Yes, Kaleem.
Firstly, I want to take the name of our Prophet who believed Islam in existence. He born in 12th of April, and he spread Islam. Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about how Islam came into existence. Our first prophet was Adam alayhi salam, and he was giving the dawah. After that, about 1,24,000 prophets came and they were giving dawah in their rule at their time, but no one was believing them, and who believed them, they were with the prophets, and who didn't, who were the disbelievers, Allah gave them punishment. And at last, our Prophet ﷺ came, and he is also called as the leaders of the prophets, that Imamul Anbiya. And after that, he started to give the dawah, and he was the most liked person with everyone, and everyone likes him, and he gave dawah to everyone. And after that, the Islam started to spread over the world.
Islam came on the birth of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and when he was 40 years old, and he want meditation, and he go on the cave of Al Hira, and when he was 40, he go in Al Hira and he do meditation, and when he meditation, that Jibril was revealed in front of them, and he said he gave message from Allah, and he said that there is only one God to believe on that, and you only pray for that. And he said your people believe on different of God, and he pray on the sculpture, and Jibril said there is no other God, we have only one God.
Yes, I agree with that, but what I feel is that Islam stayed from the beginning of the world, but the main goal of our Prophet Muhammad was to spread Islam. Yes, he was you can say, the light for the humankind or the mankind, and then he spread Islam. He taught the way of living to us, and that's what we follow till now. And I guess the manner, the Islam of our Prophet was such that the disbelievers would agree with him or get trust of him. This was the main, I think, way by which the Islam spread or got a widespread.
He was spreading Islam with his behavior and his kindness, his humanity, and everything. By his behavior, the people were seeing his behavior, and they were accepting Islam. By this, the Islam spread very easily, and the people the disbelievers used to throw a stone on him, and he said that he is the most punished prophet by the people of the world.
I agree with you. Whenever Prophet spread Islam, and some people in his culture, Quraysh culture, didn't accept Islam, and he said that there is I have many gods to accept, pray for that.
So I want to add some points of He was very honest, and I want to give you some examples. In the era of our Prophet, people used to submit money to him. He was very honest, and he used to return money. Yes, take it.
Right. So in the conclusion, I would just like to say that there were hard times for him, and that hard times created the good times. So we can say that the weak times create hard men or strong men, and then finally they create the good times for us.
After that, Khadija radiallahu anha was the first woman who accepted Islam. After that, many people came and accepted Islam, and in the children, Ali radiallahu anha was there, and Abu Bakr radiallahu anha was in the adult who accepted Islam. After that, after a few times, Allah, that Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made supplication to Allah that if we want to spread Islam very fast, you have to make someone that to accept Islam from Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu and Abu Jahl. Then Allah chose his loved one, and that was Umar radiallahu anhu. After that, the Islam started to spread fast, and after that he came in near the Kaaba and told everyone that I have accepted Islam, and after that he started giving dawah, and after that many companions and the of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam started going to do hijrah, and they started spreading Islam, and from there only the Islam started spreading many countries and many places.
Yes, I agree with you. And the people of Quraysh throwing one stone on the Prophet, and that's why he made Makkah, and he migrated to Medina, where the people accept Islam, and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have a strong power, and he have good politicians, and they have too many followers who accept Islam.
A story is there of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that when he was giving dawah, old lady was there who was praying to idols, and the idol name was Hubal, and he went to her and to the idol and talked to it and said that there is a man in the Quraysh who is giving dawah, and he is calling everyone to himself and saying that there is one God only, and he said that, and he told that the lady told to the idol that I am believing on you, and you have to make this end. You have to that Muhammad is taking away the people of the tribe, and after that after a few days he left that tribe because Hubal didn't accepted his prayer, and he came on the road, and the Prophet ﷺ was passing from there, and she saw that a bright faced man is coming, and he called him, and she called him and said that. Then Prophet ﷺ asked that lady that where are you going and what happened. Then the old lady told that I am leaving this tribe, and I am searching for a slave to work. And that Prophet ﷺ took that. After that, Prophet ﷺ took her luggage and kept on his head and went from there. And after leaving on the place where she wanted to go, she told that I want to give you a suggestion. There is a man named Muhammad, and he is spreading Islam over there, and he is calling everyone to him and saying that there is one God only, and everyone is going to him, and he is with his behavior he is calling everyone. And the Prophet ﷺ told that go down his head and said that I am that man, and the lady started crying and he accepted Islam after that. This is the story.
The story was very good. So I also want to say a story to you. There was a lady in the era of Prophet. So when our Prophet passed from their house, she used to throw garbage on him. And daily she used to throw garbage on him. And she came out kind of mad to this. He didn't even respond and didn't say anything. After some time, he realized that he was very good and honest person, and finally saved himself.
Arrived in Medina, and the Prophet had many followers in Medina, and then Medina people accepted Islam that gave by Prophet Muhammad, and then his followers started battle to Makkah, and their battle of Badr and battle of Uhud. And then when he arrived in Makkah, and there is a lot of people, he forgave the people that not accepted Islam and who came to Prophet Muhammad, and he forgave those people. And some people in Makkah accepted Islam and who follow Prophet Muhammad.
There was a story of Ali radiallahu anhu when he was on a battlefield, and when he was fighting with the kuffar, man came from the between and spit on the face of Ali radiallahu anhu, and Ali radiallahu anhu was very angry at that time. Think about that, when someone spit on your face, how angry we are. Then Ali was very angry, and after that he stopped there and think something, that after that he leave that person, and they thought that he is fighting for the sake of Allah, and if he will add his ego in this between, and that will not for the sake of Allah, for his ego. And after that he leave that person and he was killed by another person. And by this we can say that we can't do something by our own. We have to follow the rules of Allah, and we have to do the things just for His sake.
By the hardships of Prophet, I also get one more, which is about after the Islam was spread all over the Arab, and then we can say that there was a battle of Khandaq, and for context let me explain that Khandaq is basically tunnel, and in that what was the scenario was that some non-followers or the non-Muslims, they attacked the Makkah, and then in the self-defense of Prophet and his followers were asked to dig the tunnel so that they could self-defense themselves. And then when they were digging the tunnel, they were starving. That's what we have got. So they were starving and they were digging the tunnel. Even after starving, they were not just simply starving, they even tied the stones on their stomach. So to keep the stomach full, just like so other person won't be able to see and they can stand up. Otherwise, when you see a person who is starving without food, he is not able to even stand. So they actually tied the stones, and then after the work from day and night, they came to Prophet and then they said, we cannot do this more. This is enough. We are starving for like months and we are ordered to dig a tunnel. And that was not the thing that Prophet was just sitting inside and he ordered. He was also digging the tunnel. Then what happened was that the Prophet took up his cloth and he showed that he had 2 stones with him. So 2 big rocks. So that's what you can say the hardship, or that's why Islam spread so much, because there was sacrifices for it.
So let me tell you about 5 pillars of Islam. First one is Kalma, second is prayer, third one is fast, fourth one is charity, and last one is zakah. After a great discussion, I want to say that, and my message is Islam is the sense of unity.
And I also want to conclude with the last thought, that Islam is like submitting our will to God and believing in the oneness of God. And Islam tells us the peace, justice, compassion, and the guidance for humanity. And Islam is not just a religion; it emphasizes the relationship between the Creator and the humanity. And that's
My last message is that Islam encourages the teaching and pursues the knowledge to give everyone that feel better in life. That's my last message.
So finally, talking about the things of Islam, we can discuss many brotherhood, unity, see all around in the Islamic nations. But other than that, my message would be that if you try to accept the real Islam into your lives, I guarantee that you will be able to have peace in your life. That's why Islam is a peaceful religion.
Thank you so much everyone. Thank you.